guys, it's Nicole Randomly, and for this video I'm going to talk about something I struggle with on a daily. I have fibromyalgia, and I'm going to be doing a video diaries, and I think to start off the video diaries I have to explain what fibromyalgia is. Fibromyalgia, or fibro for short, is a chronic illness that usually affects women ages of 19 to 40. It could affect men. It could also affect children, but it's rare, but it's even more rare to be born with it. What usually triggers fibromyalgia in people that have fibromyalgia is stress, change of weather, lack of sleep, hormonal changes, which is normal things that happen to people sometimes, but with people with fibromyalgia, it affects us and causes us to have really bad flare-ups.
Here are some symptoms of fibromyalgia. It's pain in the muscles, abdomen, back, neck, legs, arms, hands, feet, basically your whole body. It can be chronic, diffuse, sharp, or severe. Sometimes you can bear with the pain and it's not that bad, but then there's days where you cannot even deal with it, and some people cry, some people, it's just very hard to deal with when you're in pain.
It can cause constipation, nausea, passing excessive amounts of gas, cause you fatigue, feeling tired. I cannot pronounce it, so I will write it down here. It could cause muscle tenderness, delayed onset muscle soreness, or muscle spasms. You could feel pins or needles. You're sensitive to the cold, sensitive to the light, to sound. You're sensitive to pain. I've read that people with fibromyalgia, they sense pain, or they sense touch, or they sense senses as pain, like your nerves sense it as pain and stuff, like something that's not a big deal. If you were to slightly push me, or if I were to trip or were to hurt myself, it would feel as if I did 5 miles, or if I were hit by a car. And my whole body hurts. You can have anxiety, mood swings, or nervousness, like you're really nervous, difficulty in falling asleep, or sleep disturbances. You just can't sleep at all at night. It's very hard, or you just keep waking up through the night and you don't get any rest. Or lack of concentration, or fibro fog, which is when you forget something, or if you're mid-sentence or something, is just really bad. You have in your hands, you could have sensation of coldness or tingling, when you see static on TV, it feels like that. And sometimes it could feel like there's pins when you have that static feeling, and it hurts and you don't know why it happens, it just happens.
You could also experience depression, migraines. You could get irritated really easily, joint stiffness, painful periods, tingling feet, immune system weakness. You could get sick really easily because your immune system is weak.
Now I'm going to tell you my life story. It's not that big of important, but I just feel like it's important for you guys to understand my background.
Wow.
My parents believe I was born with fibromyalgia, and I kind of agree with them, because they knew when I would cry, they knew the differences between I'm crying because I'm hungry, or I'm crying because I need my diaper changed, or whatever. But when I was a baby, I would have this, I would cry as if I were in pain, and they would take me to the hospital, and they would say, she's perfectly fine, she's very sensitive, you guys are doing a perfect job, she's healthy, there's nothing wrong, go home. And my parents went to the hospital a couple of times as I was a baby, and they said the same thing every time. Around kindergarten, I started to deal with a lot of anxiety. Really bad. I would bite my nails to the point that my hands would bleed, or I would bite the skin around the nails, and it would make my fingers bleed. And even though that was just in first or kindergarten when I would like bite it till it bled. I still experienced anxiety and I still kept biting my nails until I was like a couple years ago. I stopped biting my nails because I now know how to sort of control my stress and my anxiety. So I'm better now on that. But I still have my days where I'm just super anxious and there's no reason to it. I'm just super anxious. I'm around 3rd or 4th grade, but I'm pretty sure it was even more earlier than that when I was like around 7. My knees, I just remember having a lot of pain in my legs, and I would tell my parents, and my parents would take me to doctors, and they would say it's just growing pain, but I wouldn't grow that much growing up. I've always been short, and they would see that I wouldn't grow like nothing, but I still had that growing pain. But it was really just my fibromyalgia, because I still have that sensation, I still have that pain to this day. And I remember the only way I was able to kind of handle it was when I was cold. And I remember, oh, my legs are hurting, it's cold, I'm cold, I need a blanket, I need something to cover up my legs. And I would cover myself up in a very thick blanket as a kid, and that would help me like feel better. And I didn't realize that until when I was diagnosed, that I've had many symptoms when I was a kid of having fibromyalgia, and no doctor was able to connect it. And then a couple years later, like 2 or 3 years later, I experienced my first migraine. I just remember crying. I remember having a migraine for like hours. I even fell asleep crying because of the pain. I went to the doctors. They said I'm just very sensitive. I'm more prone to getting migraines because it runs in the family. My mom was like, okay. But they didn't think of it until now, looking back, that it was fibromyalgia. When I was 13, about like summer of 2013, my fibromyalgia symptoms just came all at once during that summer. And I, obviously, since it came all at once, I just wasn't myself. I was always in bed. I was always feeling bad. I was even depressed. Like, it was a big struggle. And they still didn't diagnose me until between August and October. That's 2013. They diagnosed me. It was hard because I would miss out on a lot of school. And I would go to doctors because nobody knew what I had. Nobody, my general doctor, he got tired of me always going into the doctors because I was feeling bad. So he sent me to other doctors to deal with me, and those doctors would send me to this another doctor until I went to this doctor, which, I don't know, I think she just treats kids with arthritis or that deals with pain. And she diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. She gave me 3 medications. Those 3 medications really did not do me any good. I just felt now looking back, I just felt like I had this really thick fibro fog, over 9,000. I just wasn't there. Most of the time I was really blank, and it really sucked because I was just barely 13, about to turn 14, and I missed out on a lot of school because of the side effects of the medication. How it affects me now that I'm 18 years old, 5 years after I was diagnosed, I can't sleep at all because I don't rest. And if I don't rest, my whole body hurts. It's my back, my neck. Everything hurts when I don't sleep, and I don't sleep mostly every night. And by the time I'm able to get some sleep, I have to get up and do my schoolwork. My ankles, my ribs, everything hurt. Also, the worst thing that also happens to me besides the pain is fibro fog. I could be talking and mid-sentence I could forget, which is why I wrote down everything, because I knew I would blank out and start talking about something that just isn't related to the video.
Thankfully, sometimes, most of the time, my mom or my friend pays attention to what I'm talking about. So if I were to forget, I'm like, what was I saying? And they would tell me, oh, you were talking about this. And I'm like, yes, I was saying this and that.
The change of weather kills me. I get a really bad flare-up. I get feverish. I get nauseous. My whole body hurts. I can barely move. Oddly enough, I rather feel the cold than the heat, because in the heat it's 120 degrees, I have migraines, the sun hurts, everything hurts. I can't cover myself up in the warm, in the heat. In the summer, I can't cover myself up because it's 120 degrees outside and the whole house is hot. But in the cold, I can put 20 blankets on and I'll feel back to being myself. Obviously, I still have some pain, but it's bearable and I can go on without my day and I'm alright. But in the summer, it just gets to me really, really bad. It's always the summer that affects me the worst. I just need a very stable weather, like with seasons. When it's cold, and when it's summer, but not too hot.
I've been homeschooled since freshman years, and I'll make a video talking about how fibromyalgia has affected my school life. But since I've been homeschooled, it's reduced my stress, and I've had way more less flare-ups because I haven't been stressed as much as I used to be in regular high school.
I have to choose every movement closely and how it's going to affect me.
For example, am I going to wash my hair or am I going to do my makeup? I'm going to wash my hair because my hair is more important to me. Am I going to clean my room or am I going to do my homework? I'm going to choose my homework because it's something that school is very important to me, so I choose my schoolwork. And a lot of people don't understand that. They have to choose like what I'm going to use my energy on, and it's really frustrating. And it's frustrating because I wish I could do everything at once, but obviously I just can't. And yeah.
And which is also why I don't post videos often, because by the time it's the weekend, like all week long I'm doing homework, but by the time it's the weekend, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do anything. And there's times where I'm like, I want to upload videos, I'm going to wake up tomorrow, I'm going to film, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good day. And then I wake up and my body's like,
it's not going to be a good day.
And I just feel sometimes betrayed by myself, but I've come to accept it and not have this like grudge or like resentment to life where I'm like, why me? I just don't feel that in me. And like just how life touched me, and I'm okay with it. Which is why I'm going to film every other week. 1 week yes, 1 week no. So I can have more time to edit and film and not stress myself, not put myself in more pain. And yeah. Hope you understand that. Which is why I don't upload often. And I know I'm not the best at editing, I'm not the best at filming, but I do try my best in every video I do film. And I have this thing that puts me back a lot of steps, and I know a lot of people have chronic illnesses or have worse health issues than me, but they're still uploading, and I support them, and I know they're doing their best to upload, and I know I'm doing my best to upload, and I hope I can get the same kind of support. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys understand why I'm like this or what is wrong with me. Also, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. This cannot kill me. But there's no cure for this. I will struggle with this for the rest of my life. And it's okay. I am strong. And it's okay. And this is basically me opening up and telling you what I have. And I hope you guys watch the video diaries of my fibromyalgia. Later on, it's just me talking about how it's affected me, like relationship-wise, school-wise, what I use to make me feel better, medications, etc., or like health updates, that kind of thing. They won't be like consistent. It'll just happen when something big happens or when I feel like I need to like talk to you guys about it. Hopefully I explained everything thoroughly. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I will have linked down below articles, videos that I've watched to like kind of inform you guys about it. Have a nice weekend. Had a nice weekend. And to people that have any health issue or health illness, you're not alone. I'm sending you warm hugs, warm, soft hugs. And till next time, thank you. Bye.